Hi, Ray Hayden here, and this is part one of a four-part series in regard to the February 2018 California bar exam. The reason why I want to talk about that is because that's the bar exam I just sat for. I completed my law studies in December of 2017. I started preparing for the bar exam right then and there, and I qualified to sit. I graduated with my Juris Doctorate degree in January of 2018, and I qualified to sit for the February 2018 California bar exam. The reason why I'm going to split these up into four videos is because I want to keep them relatively short for each subject, and I want to keep each subject on their own. And the subjects are travel to get there, the written exam, that's the essays and the performance test. I want to talk about that in their own video. The MBEs, that's the multi-state bar exam multiple choice questions. They need to have their own standalone video. And then one more video to clean up any questions, comments, or concerns that people might have. That's where you get involved and make a comment below the video. So if I'm saying anything, make a note or whatever, jot it down, but go down below and make a comment below this video about any concerns or questions you might have that you want me to address in the fourth installment of this series. Again, the second one is the written day, third one's the MBEs, and then the last one, I pretty much have a lot of questions in my mind of what people should be asking about. So if I don't get enough from comments below and everything else, I'll kind of wing it and address things that I think are important along with other issues that happened for this particular exam in February of 2018. So with that, let's jump right into travel. Because I live, for February 2018, for that exam, I live in Southeast Florida, so it's more cost effective and efficient for me to fly into LA. I requested from the California Bar when I signed up for the bar exam, I requested to take the exam in Pasadena at the Pasadena Convention Center and two other locations. But my first choice is the one they try to give you if they can. And I did indeed score the Pasadena Convention Center and the laptop version, I guess, of that. We're all in the same room. The people are writing by hand. We're sitting just another row away from me. And there were a bunch of them too. But most of us are using laptop computers and typing things out. But with that, once I knew where I was going, I firmed up my travel arrangements and made sure I knew I was going to how I was going to arrive in the city of Pasadena for the bar exam. Because I live in Southeast Florida, I jump on the first flight in the morning on Monday. The test is on Tuesday and Wednesday, so Monday morning, first thing, I'm on the first flight out of Fort Lauderdale to LAX. A direct flight, no stops, nothing. I want to make sure I get there, all right? And I want to make sure that if there's any problems, I still have other options available. So I get on the first flight to LAX in the morning. When I get to LAX, I jump on the flyaway bus. I used to rent cars years ago, but I've determined that I don't drive the car once I get there, only to get to Pasadena. And it's an extra expense and a hassle waiting in the lines, even if you have proper reservations. So I dropped the rent-a-car a while ago and I use the flyaway bus. Leave the driving somewhere else. I can do some reading or whatever on the bus. It's not a very long ride, and it takes me right out to Union Station. Union Station is the train station over by Dodger Stadium, if you're familiar with the area. If not, you can check it out on Google Earth or Google Maps. It's kind of a neat spot. From Union Station, I get on the Gold Line train. The Gold Line train goes directly into Pasadena and along the mountain range out there that's just north of Pasadena. There's a bunch of stations, and they're actually making it a longer train track in general. So it's a really neat thing, but it's very convenient for me. All I have to do is, step out of the airport, get onto a bus that takes me out to the train station, get onto the train, and off we go. It's fantastic. I take that out to the Del Mar station in Pasadena because I stay at the Pasadena Inn. It's at the four-star, world famous, location for staying over the night, but it's right around the corner from the Pasadena Convention Center, and I find it to be very convenient, and I find that the staff is very, very helpful and understanding, and they kind of go out of their way for you. So it's a very nice experience for me every time I stayed at the Pasadena Inn. Once I get out there, I know where my hotel is, and I just have my backpack. I'll talk about packing or something like that, and maybe some other video, but what I bring, how I bring it, and what my packing is all about. I basically walk around town, Pasadena, the downtown area. I go by the convention center and look around, get my feel for things, how things are laid out, look in the window to make sure that the California bar exam tables are set up, make sure I'm in the right place and all that. And then I walk around a little bit for some exercise, get acclimated to the time, the weather, and everything else. And then I usually go, if you're at the convention center and you look straight north through downtown Pasadena, you'll see in the distance a building. That building just happens to be the Pasadena General Public Library. And I usually end up there and do some light studying, do some internet browsing or whatever, catching up on emails or whatever with friends and family. And then once it's time for me to check into the hotel, I go check in at the hotel, get set up in my room, and then I go find something to eat, bring food back to my room. They have a refrigerator and everything for you in there. And then I gear up for my last minute studying the night before. I'll talk about studying, but feel free to ask me about studying techniques and everything, or things that I did. You know, I'm not necessarily saying anybody should do anything different than what they want to do, whatever they feel most comfortable with. But feel free. That's one of the things that you might want to ask me about below. Hey Ray, what did you do? How did you do it? And why did you do it? And we'll talk about that in the last video. But with that, go down below this video here, give me a big thumbs up, give me a like, make comments and questions below, and I will address them in the fourth video. So with that, the next video is going to be on the written part of the exam, and then the MBEs, and then we're going to do some cleanup at the end. So with that, until I catch you in the next video, take care and be well.